Hi everyone. So I'm here to talk to you guys about our Sunday stock watch. So first, let me just check out the economic calendar, what we have going on this week. Okay, so obviously this isn't updated. Give me 1 second. Sorry if you guys hear any background noise. There's a party going on. But anyways, so Monday we do have some important things to be watching for. 15 minutes after market open, we do have PMI, which will be semi-important, but probably not going to be too much of a big deal or anything. And then Tuesday, I would be watching for consumer confidence. Others, not as important. And then Wednesday, new home sales, that will be important. And then Thursday, we have a lot. Initial jobless claims is important, GDP, and those are both an hour before market opens. Okay, this is going to be important. So this is 10 minutes before the market opens is Federal Reserve, Chair Jerome Powell gives opening remarks. That's going to be important. And then we do have a bunch of speakers on this day, but usually people don't pay much attention unless it's Powell speaking. And then Friday, a lot of important stuff coming. Personal income, personal spending, PC index. All of PC stuff is going to be pretty important. And then consumer sentiment. Yeah, so, we do have some sort of data every day this week. Definitely not as bad as last week. Last week's price action was not fun to deal with if you were there trading. But anyways, let's take a look. So, heading into next week, I'm not too sure if we will continue with getting bullishness, because the fact that we got a 50-point basis rate cut might set in with people and then might also spark some fear. But, we'll see. We'll see what people really think about that. Because to me, it almost sounds kind of urgent. It's not like we're just stepping, dipping our foot into the water. We are, 50-point rate cut instead of 25, which seems a little bit more urgent and seems like they meant, or, that they thought, we should have done this earlier. But I don't know. Again, it's all up to how people react to that, and then we react to the market. We don't predict. So I'm not here to predict anything. I'm just kind of giving my insight. But anyways, so let's start off with some Qs. Qs obviously we had a really good week. Thursday was pretty good. Oopsies. Sorry guys. I'm gonna go on the 1 hour to check this out. If it wants to load. I'm not sure why nothing's loading, but my Wi-Fi hasn't been working too well today, which is really annoying. But anyways, yeah, so obviously last week, everything got a pretty much big bounce. So let me just talk about Qs first. So if we, continue with some bullishness, definitely could see up to around 485 to 490 this week if we continue with bullishness. If we don't, we could probably see back down to around 475, 470 area. And we do have this gap to fill. So we'll see if we, excuse me guys, sorry about that. But we'll see if we continue higher and fill that gap later, or, we touch back down to the 470 area and fill that gap. So just to be something to be aware of. And then obviously, if you guys are in the Discord, I'll be giving out, my real levels, and like actual what to watch for. But next, let's move on to SPY. SPY's, kind of went crazy, all-time highs, all of that good stuff. So we could see back up to SPY's 472 area. Again, if we continue with bullishness. If we don't, we still have this gap. Also on SPY. So we could see back down to 465, 460 if we don't continue and we start to, see a little bit of bearishness coming in, see some bears selling Nvidia. This one worries me a little bit because of how much it kind of lagged last week, and even on Thursday it didn't do that well. I mean, Nvidia was something I expected to maybe go to like 125, but it was kind of just a lagger. So, we might continue seeing that. We could see back down to 115, 110 on Nvidia if bears come in. If we're bullish, I mean, I'm not looking past like 120 area on Nvidia just because of, how it was such a leader. Now it kind of lagged last week when we got, some of the craziest days we've seen. But anyways, let's go over Tesla. Tesla's doing really well. This could continue up to 245, back to 250 from, previously a few months ago. And, I mean, it has been getting good news. I mean, they've made their cars really attainable for all people. Their Model 3 is, you can lease it for $300 a month. I mean, there's a lot of pros to this company. And, I mean, you see Teslas everywhere. So, obviously, they are a good company. But thinking in the short term, we could see it reaching back up to that 245, 250 area it once was at. And if not, we could definitely see back down to 230, even 225 this week. So, I mean, everything just has kind of a large range, and I can't really say anything yet. We need to see how the pre-market is and all of that. But AMD did well. A week prior to last week. It was pretty much, I wouldn't say a leader, but it was doing really, really well. So I'm still going to keep my eyes on this, although in order for me to, kind of get in on AMD, I'd probably need to see it above 158, reaching above 160 and holding above that area. I mean, AMD kind of reaches those areas and falls back down pretty easily. So I'm going to be looking and watching for that. Other than that, I don't really think I see a need to play any downside on AMD. Coin and Mara are some of my biggest watchers. Got stopped out on a Mara trade last week. Trying to swing it. Wasn't really following Bitcoin, although Bitcoin is doing well. I haven't checked on it over the weekend. I will do that and update my chat. But Coin and Mara I've really been watching for, but again, it depends on Bitcoin. I want to see Coin back above, 180, reaching to 190, but we do need to see Bitcoin doing really well. And same with Mara. I want to see Mara back up to $17, $18. And yeah, and I don't really see need to play some downside on these. If I'm going to play downside, it's going to be on, Tesla or Nvidia, Qs or SPY. Meta's just blown out of the water, doing really well. If you got in on that, good job. Could potentially catch us on the way back down. I mean, I don't think I don't really see a reason for it to be, this high. I could definitely see it going back down to, 520 area in the next few weeks, especially if we get bears coming in. But other than that, I mean, I'm not really watching for anything else, just my normal stuff. And then I am going to have to update you guys, obviously, when pre-market comes and then with my actual levels. But yeah, for now, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for listening to me yap for the past 10 minutes. And good luck next week, guys.